Howard Soifer died in 2003, and that was way too early. He left his wife Sandy and his daughters Haley and Marcy, and countless friends and family members and colleagues. Howard was a man full of life and vigor and enthusiasm. He was a very fine lawyer in this community. Sports law in particular was near and dear to his heart. And this series was created to allow us to perpetuate Howard's memory. Since the inauguration of this lecture series, we've had some great presentations. Last year we brought in Diane Dietz, who is a Cooley graduate and who, those of you who were here last year will recall, is the Director of Communications for the Big Ten Conference. She was joined by a return appearance last year from Michigan State University great Steve Smith. Diane Dietz, here Mr. Cleaves, here's one for you to remember. You might not know Diane Dietz, but she was the all-time leading scorer in University of Michigan women's basketball. She scored 2,076 points. That's more than you did, I think, as a matter of fact. The year before that, we were spellbound by Coach Tom Izzo, who took the many lessons that he applies to his players and made them relevant for law students and young lawyers. The year before that, in 2008, we took a look at the fascinating world of professional boxing. And the late Jeffrey Yellen, who was a Cooley graduate and had taught sports law here at Cooley, had represented Emanuel Stewart and the well-known Kronk Gym in Detroit, and world-class boxers such as world champion Evander Holyfield. And that year also, Cooley graduate Kevin Rorgan. I think I saw Kevin come in. Is Kevin? There he is, Kevin. A return visit. And it's nice to see you again. Kevin focused on pro basketball and particularly the management player union difficulties that led to the NBA lockout some years before that, in which Kevin had been involved, as well as Howard.
Howard will always be remembered for his great sense of humor, his loyalty, integrity, and strength, and even when he faced cancer. It's hard to believe that Howard died nearly 9 years ago. My daughters, Haley and Marcy, and I felt Howard would want to be remembered at Cooley, the place where his legal career became a reality. A lecture for students in sports and entertainment law seemed like a fitting tribute. For the 6th annual Howard Soifer Memorial Lecture Series in Sports and Entertainment Law, I'm excited to welcome Jack Davis and Martine Cleaves. Jack and Howard practiced law together for nearly 15 years. I'm sure that Jack will tell you about their friendship, and he'll give you some background into their journey, which led them through many areas of the law and brought them to representing athletes, primarily from Michigan State University. And of course, Martine was one of those athletes, a college all-star and a team leader. We will never forget that night in Indianapolis when Michigan State won the 2000 national championship, and we were there. Howard and Martine had a very special relationship. I remember the day when Howard met Mrs. Cleaves, and he came home to tell me about that day. He always, as a matter of fact, he always called her Mrs. Cleaves. Frances was a remarkable woman, a woman who received great and deserved respect from her community, her church, her fellow team parents, and everyone who had the honor of knowing her. I know that Howard, Martine, and Mrs. Cleaves had a very special relationship that he always treasured. Howard would have been honored to have Martine and Jack speak today and thrilled to see all of you who came. We're very appreciative that you are joining us today. Thank you.